Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you some tips and how did I go from minimum wage salary to earning more than 30,000 a year. Not only I'll be sharing my own experience, but I will give you some advice, some professional advice I would say, because I have been a recruiter for a few years and I even worked in a project where I was helping people find jobs. So I would give them advice and help them with their CVs and interview skills and stuff like that. So hopefully my advice today would be something that you can take on board and that will help you out because everything is getting expensive. So we need to make more money. When I first moved to the UK, that was like years ago, I went for, a minimum wage job. I finished uni, but I didn't want to do what I studied. So I just found my first job in a restaurant. And for a while, I didn't really know what I was doing, what I wanted to do, and I didn't really, I wasn't finding my own path and stuff, so I was a bit lost for a bit. So for a bit I was like minimum wage or just slightly more than minimum wage, until I finally made a decision, do you know what, I want to start my career, I want to start something that, hopefully will be less hours than retail and restaurant work, and a job that I can paint my nails, a job that, hopefully in an office, and then eventually working from home. So that's when I then, started looking at, at career options. How can I go from earning so little to earning at least double of, what I was earning then? My first advice would be trying to find out what you like or what you want to do. It's fine if you try something and it doesn't work. So my first thing that I went to was banking. I thought I was going to like it. I thought I was going to like to give, financial advice to people. But it ended up being something I really didn't like. There was a lot of pressure to like sell credit cards and loans, and I don't have loans myself except for the house. So, it wasn't for me, but I didn't know till I tried, so I do not regret it. So I worked for I think just about a year in a bank, and then I was like, this is not, the future. It's not as much money as people would think, I don't think. And it wasn't for me. But you've got to try. If you don't try, you don't know. And you might be wondering, so how do I find, I don't know what I like? I didn't either. So what I did, I chose a job board. So in my case was Indeed, and I just searched for jobs in my area. No job title, just any job in my area. And I was looking, what kind of jobs are more advertised, what kind of things. Some job titles was like, I have no clue what this is. So I just read the job description. So don't focus on the job title, focus on the job description. Is it something that you could do? Is it something that you would find interesting? And try to find that way. Once you find something that you think, oh, that sounds good, then you can find out, right, what do I need to be able to do this job? Do I need a university degree? And if you're really passionate for it, go. Or can I just do a few courses? Is there like an entry level or an apprenticeship that I can do to start that career? Because that's exactly what I did, and that's how I found recruitment. I was looking for jobs, and I had no clue what I wanted to do. And at the time, me and my boyfriend, we were looking at jobs for myself. So we were both in different job boards. I think he was like on Total Jobs, and I was on Indeed or something like that. And we came out with two things. I thought either real estate or recruitment. They both sounded quite interesting to me for some reason. I tried at the time, I applied for both because there's entry level for both of them, and there's opportunity to grow and earn more money. Because that's another thing. So you can use websites like Glassdoor to see reviews and see what people say, what's the average salary range, what progression you can have within that career. So that's what I did. I ended up in recruitment, and I prefer that choice because I feel like real estate, then you have to travel to work, and I like working from home, so I'm really happy I made that decision. So, trying to think about all these things, but it's fine if you fail. Like I said, before this, I tried banking thinking that would be the thing, and it wasn't. So, you don't know until you try, so there's no point of just, I have no clue. Yeah, but you try something, just try something. It doesn't hurt. What's the worst that can happen, So yeah, so I went to recruitment, and I started an entry level. So I found out that actually to start recruitment without a degree, because you can have an HR degree, without courses, you can actually start as an external recruiter for, you know, an agency, because they give you all the training. It's basically a sales job, but it gives you the skills as well. And that's what I did. I was there for just over a year, was almost 2 years actually, as an external recruiter. But you might be thinking, right, I know what I want, but I don't have the experience they're asking for. For entry-level jobs, most likely you will have a lot of the skills, so my biggest advice is don't look at the job description. If they have 10 things and you can only do 5, that's fine. It's got to be hard for them to find someone that will do all 10, especially for entry-level jobs. They're not paid much. If they would want someone with a lot of experience, they'll be paying more. So apply for the entry level and put on your CV all the skills that you have from that job. So for example, so for recruitment, there was a lot of administration skills, which I had from the bank and from restaurants, because I was a supervisor at one point, and I had to do the admin at the end of the day. There's a lot of things you have to check, and so that's what I focused on. There's customer service in recruitment, so yeah, I had customer service in all the jobs that I have done. So trying to find, like, you know, related skills, things that you've done, because you would have a lot of the skills. Another thing is, if you want a job working from home, or, you know, an office job, talk about your IT skills. Like, if you don't talk about it, they don't know. They don't know. That's like, it's so important. If you don't tell them you can do it, how will they know? They don't know you. They're just reading a piece of paper. So if they ask for 10 things and you can do 8, write all the 8, because if you just write 5, they think you can only do 5. So that is really important. It's not about the quantity of the CVs that you send, but the quality. You have to make, it's not a general CV, it's a CV for that job, or at least for that area, or, you know, that expertise that you want to work for. So absolutely, if you want a job working from home, you have to talk about your IT skills. You have to say you're tech savvy. You have to say you have experience with Gmail and Outlook and Excel and Word and Macs and Windows, all that stuff, all of that you have to talk about it. Communication skills, that's basically in every job. You know, attention to detail, that's such a silly skill that, you know, employers put on their job adverts, that if you have, then just write it down. It's so easy. There's a lot of great websites that will teach you how to do your CVs. Obviously this will depend from country to country, but in the UK I found that CV Library is actually quite good. They have a few videos and everything on YouTube, teach you how to write a CV and a cover letter, and I think they are actually quite good, so I would say start from there. But yeah, definitely, it's not about how good you are, it's how good you are for that job. You know, if you want to be a cook and you don't talk about your cooking skills, okay? If you want to work from home but you don't talk about your IT skills, okay, why would I hire you? You know, it's how good you are for the job. At this stage, you're just a piece of paper for them. So they want to see right from the bat, right, this person might not have the experience, but they have a lot of transferable skills. Transferable skills are everything, especially for entry level. Eventually, someone will give you an opportunity. You might apply for 100 jobs and not get an answer, but then the 101 is the one that's going to hire you. Okay. It takes time. It took me a while to get into recruitment. You know, it took me a little bit to go from banking to recruitment, but that's fine. In your spare time, and just keep applying. Eventually you'll get it. Eventually there's going to be a company that will value your skills, but you have to write them down on your CV, and you have to talk about it during your interviews, if that makes sense. And another thing during interviews, if they will know you don't have all the experience, don't lie. Be honest and say, I've never done that, but I think I could do it. That's why I applied for the job. Duh. Like, it's so easy. Just be honest. Like, I'm a quick learner. I know I'm a quick learner, so I will say that. I know I'm a quick learner. I'm very organized, and I always strive for perfectionism at my job, you know. And I can work extra hours if I need to. Not that I'll say that in an interview, because I don't want people to take, you know, advantage of me, but definitely, you know, say all the things, you know, show your potential, because if it's entry level, they will be looking at your people skills, they will be looking at your personality, they will be looking at, right, can this person learn the job? Because if you go there, it's just like, yeah, I saw the job online. Yeah, I think I can do the job. and you just answer their questions with a yes or no and like really short sentences. No, go there full of energy, full of beans, show yourself, show them that they'll be dumb not to hire you. That's, you know, it's really important. But if you want me to talk more about interview skills, I have so much to say about that. Let me know down in the comments, and subscribe, by the way. If you're watching all the way till here, subscribe. But let's keep moving. Once you finally start what you wanted to do, as I said, it might be a mistake. As you learning the job, it might be that it's not what you want. But it might be that it is, you know, and if it's not, that's fine. In your spare time, keep applying for something else. Just try something else. You just have to keep trying. If there's courses that you need to do, there's a lot of websites that you can use, like Reed. Reed has so many free courses, or like £10 courses. They are so good. Look at Reed. They have courses at the top. It's so good. But yeah, once you start the job and you find out, right, this is what I like, have a look, see what people do, look at their LinkedIn, like the people that are over you, your managers or your manager's manager, like look at their LinkedIn profiles. What are they doing? How do they get there? What job titles do they go through? That's the progression you want to do. If there's someone in that company that you think, oh, I would like to get to that, see how they got to that. You know, you can even ask them, but if not, look on the LinkedIn. What have they done? What companies they worked for? You know, see what their career path was, and that's where you start. So do your best to learn as fast as possible. See if it's possible to progress within that company. If it's not, then after a year's time, you can go and find somewhere else that either will pay you a higher salary or that will offer you progression opportunity. Either or, you know, whatever is more important to you at that time, or it can just be both. There is always a company that will be paying more than your current one. Always, there's always, right? But that is really important that you keep, you know, your eyes open until you finally settle somewhere that you like it, you're progressing, you're being valued, it's what you're looking for, they give you what you want. At the moment, for me, it's not just about the salary. I'm earning more than 30,000. I'm saying this, you know, because I feel like it takes a little bit to get to the 30,000 mark, so that's why I'm saying this. But, you know, once to get there, you know, I had to work hard. At the moment, I'm applying for jobs that I don't have to work as hard as I was doing. I was working crazy hours when I started recruitment because I hated the sales part of it, but I wanted to learn so more, and I wanted to show I could do this, so then I could go to internal recruitment. So I did put all those hours, you know, it was worth it for me. But now I'm looking for a job that is slightly more flexible, that less hours, a job that lets me work from home. That's what I want now. So it's important that you figure out what you like and what you value at your job. And the same with my partner. He could be applying for other jobs that would pay him so much more, but he really likes his manager, and he likes the flexibility and the working from home. So, you know, so he's happy at his current job. You know, it's finding, you know, what you like and finding out that company that will respect you and your time and your skills. And once you do that, then you don't have to jump around. But to start with, you just want a company that will give you opportunity to start. Even if you hate it for a little bit, I mean, don't put up with too much shit, but, you know, make the effort to learn as much as you can and then jump off ship. When it's time for you to progress or earn more money, that's just life. But yeah, I think this is really, you know, a summary of me, you know, my advice. You know, it was hard for me to find out what I like to do, and still, you know, I'm not sure if this is a career path I want to do for the rest, you know, of my life. But at the moment, I'm fine with it. I like, you know, my working patterns. I like the flexibility that I have. I like that I get to talk to people every day, and I like interviewing people. I like helping people finding jobs. Like, it gives me so much joy when, you know, I call someone to say, you know, we got an offer and it's what they were looking for in terms of salary wise as well. And I really like that part of my job. So yeah, you just have to find something that, you know, you like. Do you like a job that you be talking with a lot of people? You like a job that you be more by yourself? Do you want to get into IT? Do you want to get, you know, you just have to go and try it. But I hope this advice is good for you. Let me know down in the comments and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. I know this is a different one, but yeah, I hope you liked it. All right, bye.